Starting lineup: Riven, Briar, Yasuo, Neela, Yuumi. Up against Garen, Wukong, Lux, Seraphine, Victor. Rating of the picks for a casual game: Riven as a top, 9. Briar in the jungle, 9. Yasuo as a mid, 9. Neela as a shooter, 5. Yuumi in support, 0. Garen as a top, 8. Lux as a mid, 9. Seraphine as a shooter, 10. Victor in support, 5. We notice here we're going to say Victor a higher rating currently in support than would be as a mid, because as a mid you have massive responsibilities and you're quite frankly screwing over entire games. Victor is a bad support, but at least if you play him in support because you insist on trying out the new skins, you are not doing a lot of harm. If you play him in mid, you're screwing over your entire team. We have here Yuumi the cat with an extremely appropriate name. This is indeed exactly what you are in this game. And here we have Garen. Take a moment here to appreciate how beautiful this skin is. One of the most successful, glorious skins in the video game. It is unbelievable what they have been able to do with Garen, Darius, and Ari. Unbelievably beautiful. Moving on. In this play we get a chance to see what great use the cat is in the clutch. Is there any better reason to never learn shooter than the fact that you will not have to deal with the cat? In a regular game, you may have somewhat of a chance of getting away with this, although in many cases what it will come down to is a 1v2. However, Seraphine is the meta, and she is not having any of that. Victor's new skin looks radiant and beautiful, so one of the problems you have here is of course that Seraphine has extreme range, Victor has good range, and Neela has to be in melee to be successful. So if they just open up the cannons here, they can pretty much shred Neela by the time that she's able to get close. Yeah, and at this point in the game, 4 minutes in, turrets are absolutely devastating. Once you get shot by a turret, you should attempt to get away at that point. The fight is pretty much over. You're not gonna recover from that. And even when you get Neela in the right position here, Seraphine puts that surround sound up, you get that defensive buff, and she will never be able to hold out long enough to do damage. Just don't have the building blocks for success here. In this play we get to enjoy what is probably one of the 3 best skins in the video game. Yeah, and you have an easy opportunity here to execute Briar after she's drained her own health with Frenzy. Briar will frequently play aggressively, which benefits Garen in a matchup, as he can take easy advantage of that with his ultimate. In order to be successful, Riven relies on constant trades and building up a lot of rhythm, and you're just not going to do that in a situation like this. It's also foolish to push her too hard. At this point, just port back to the base, or to the fountain. Don't know why you're standing around here like this at 10% health, 20% health. Neela is going to continuously have to push too far because the red team bottom lane has a very good understanding of the general abilities of the different champions, and so there's no point for them to push. They're gonna see that very well, play it smart here. Goes to show you even Victor can play it smart. This is the most old-fashioned type of gank. gonna come in behind here. You've seen this before. Simply hold him in place with the ultimate. Victor's gonna be able to play artillery piece, which, God bless him. Yumi relying on the summoner spell Flash, because that is very hard to screw up. And you get some acceptable poke here with Death Ray. And we get a sharp contrast here between one team's jungler who's trying to force unnecessary situations, and another team's jungler who patiently waits until there's an opportunity. And you can tell Neela's been using that slipstream to dash through the minions, but it's just not enough. You get that much meta energy from Seraphine. All you need is a little bit of help here from Victor, and overwhelmingly dominating this lane. For this play, we're gonna have the Satanist jungler plead and beg for help from the cat, to have the cat please go along with her. But alas, the cat shan't not, will not go along. And so the cat shall stay in the bottom lane, doing good work down there. Meanwhile, in a complete overkill, we have Lux here jumping on this poor Briar's back. I think I got it in this case. Nice to see. All the same, this is a relatively inexperienced Lux player, and she can do this. She can help out. Go help your jungler out. Yeah, it really takes Victor's great potency to hand Briar a double kill here at the beginning of this play. Naturally, they have not been able to defend against me in this spot, so we're just hitting the same exact spot over again. If it isn't broken, don't try to fix it. Yeah, handing Briar some marksman items, really trying to make a juggernaut look as fragile as possible. And it shows. You have the cat, but what good is the cat? She doesn't even have her summoner spell up anymore. No flashing out this time. That's what a double kill looks like. And a little bit of greed here tempts me to hold off on using my ultimate until the very last moment, because I don't think that I need it to take care of this Briar, so that it stays up long enough to take care of the cat. Victor, the story of forever. I always say the same thing. Running is fine, but you have to have somewhere to run to. This Briar is being built with marksman items. She's not as tough as you think she is. Just this bizarre spectacle of an 80 to 90 percentile life point character in Victor running away hysterically from this Briar. This person is Aquamarine rank. He's probably played this game for thousands of hours. Got this Neela looking at me like a hyena, thinking that she's going to jump a bleeding, weakened animal. But this Wukong has a lot of pep in his step. Cyclone hilariously helps against the minions as well. Just forever this dynamic of wanting to outlast me and out-tank me with marksman items. You should have been smarter in the shop. It's too late now. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, we have an elite veteran. And you know what? I'm going to look it up right now and pause the recording. There, I'll put it up right now, because there is no rape in the game like there is with Garen. Garen is built more incorrectly than anybody else that I've ever seen. And I'm just bewildered that somebody who's aquamarine and has so much skill with the controls would do something like this. It's mind-blowing to me. It would be the same as a professional car racer lining up in the race with a bicycle. We see here on the entire scoreboard there is not one single person who used any protective items of any kind. So we'll put that up as a counter again. on the screen. This being day number 1 of me being the only person with protective items. We see here for Wukong myself that I ate purely down in the bottom lane. This is just too easy. We see here for Lux a conservative but a good game. Moving on.
My place is at the top.
First blood.
My journey's only beginning. Is that all they've got?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Bring me a real challenge. Every mistake is a lesson. Who questions my ability?
An enemy has been slain.
Never settle for second. Show me the path.
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
Adapt to all situations.
Double kill.
My place is at the top.
I've been slain.
You got it. Bring me a real challenge. My journey's only begun.
Unstoppable.
Who questions my ability? Every mistake is a lesson. Never settle for second.
Shut down.
Adapt to all situations.
Forgot to ask.
My place is at the top. never settle for second.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Turret plating will soon fall.
Adapt to all situations. My place is at the top.